What's going on, guys? We are live. Okay. Welcome. Welcome to the Monday morning live day trading session. Welcome, welcome. I know we are a little late today. Um, we had some stuff going on this morning, and we also had some technical difficulties as well. So that mixed in with observing the market today, that's all we're going to be doing. We're going to be going over the market as far as some moves that were made since our Sunday night stock talk. And if you have not seen our Sunday night stock talk, definitely go back and watch that. Now, Mara has made a big push this morning, over 2%. I'm sorry, 12% or $2.32 per share. So if you bought in these $18 or $19 levels this morning and sold at those $20, $21 levels, you made some profits. And this is exactly what we call out in our live stream day trading sessions. Again, do apologize, not showing up on time this morning. It is November 18th. It's 10:22 my time, which means it's already lunchtime in the markets, 12:30. Now, I wanted to go over some of what is happening. Give me just a second. Share my link around, make sure everyone is aware we are live. Again, it's midday, so it's a weird time to go live. This isn't normal, typically. But guys, this is great. This is great news here for Bitcoin. Is this the beginning? Or was this just simply a bull trap, guys? We are back to where we previously started in November 8th. We were in this level of $19. So I'm very excited that we are beginning to show signs of it pushing up. Now, as it pushes up, will it begin to push up higher and get back to these levels of $22, $23, $25? It's very possible, but this could also potentially be a bear trap. Oh, I'm sorry, a bull trap, and this could actually sell off even more, right? We're getting some heavy resistance at $21.25. So we're gonna have to get above $25, or sorry, $21.25. I'm multitasking right now, guys. I'm talking to you. I'm sharing my link to all the groups. So yeah, sorry, a little distracted. Here we go, and we're done. All the links are shared. Okay, so this pushing up, it is above this 200-day moving average as of right now. Now we did call this out yesterday on our Sunday night stock talk, that we'd be wanting to buy in this range area due to previous support levels. Do you see where all this previous support and resistance was? All this consolidation. This consolidation indicates that this is a strong area if it were to come in contact again in the future. And as it sold off, came into contact with this area of support and consolidation and broke up above and pushed up. As it pushed up from these 1892 levels, a bit oversold, right? Below this level, nice oversold pattern on the RSI, small indication here on the MACD. And what happened here was that not only was this crossover on the MACD significant, this orange line right here crossing over the blue line, but crossing the tickers on the chart above the moving averages gave a strong indication that there was going to be upward momentum for quite some time. And it maintained that momentum all the way up until, let's see, about right here, 2%, $2, 11% at about 9 o'clock. Okay, had a pullback to that 200-day moving average and also to this purple line, which is a 9-day moving average. I love using the 9-day moving average on the 5-minute chart. It sets up beautifully for those bounces, and it did. It bounced right off of that 9-day moving average, popped back up one more time, and came back down. Now it's testing that 20-day moving average as support and slowly rising. Now, with that said, Bitcoin is choppy today, as you noticed, from lows of 88,000 to highs of 92. back down to 89 and all the way back up to 92. This is the type of volatility that we like to see and we like to trade. We can very easily make 2% or even 10% on these trades. Mara has a nice range between 4 to 10%. Today it had a nice 12% move. Previous days it's had very nice moves as well. Now it has been selling off a little bit over the last week, but when it does start showing signs of upward momentum, that's when we could really be aggressive and start getting in. From 15 to 19 was a 20% profit overnight. If you didn't feel comfortable holding overnight, you could have traded at this 200-day moving average support. You guys see that right there? It bounces off of support. You catch it at 17 and a quarter, push up to 19, and there's another 13% in a single day. So we can do this over and over and over, rinse and repeat, and that's typically what we do on this channel anyways, is trade a lot of Mara. So we do trade Bitcoin, but with Mara or marathon holding, in my opinion, I'm putting myself at less risk than trading Bitcoin, and it's cheaper. Bitcoin right now is 90,000, Bitcoin Cash is 400, and MARA is only 20 bucks. So, you buy 100 shares down here, about $1,800. You sell up here at 2,100. You literally just made $200 to $300 in a single day from a single stock. We wait for it to pull back again, pulls back again, and you buy more. So I'm really liking this resistance, this volatility right now. If it does push up here to 21 again, are we going to get rejected in this area, back down to this level for an opportunity to buy again tomorrow? Very excited. It's going to be a great week for Bitcoin indeed. Now BTCT did the exact opposite today, guys. It did the exact opposite of what Mara did. Why? Because it was overhyped already. Sometimes when there's a reaction in the market, it tends to be an overreaction. And 90% of the time, it is an overreaction. So it already had its move. You see how big of an overreaction this was? From $1, $2 to 15, 17 wasn't enough. It pulled all the way back to $8, pushed all the way up to 25, and then came back down to 16. Okay, you think that was enough? No, that was not enough. Third day comes in. This is the first day. This is the second day. Pull back to 16. Now it pushes all the way up to $28. Still finding heavy resistance at 25, right? It peaked a little bit at 28, but a lot of resistance at 25. So clearly in your head, I'm thinking right away, well, 25 is a heavy resistance, so I'm not going to trade it on the 4th day, 5th day, or the 6th day. This is just going to start going down. It had these very nice moves, very significant pushes up, and now it is actually selling off. That was a huge move right there, 600% overnight. And let's not even do the overnight. Let's just do opens. So open to the high, 271%. Okay. And then it pulled back like 50%, pushed all the way up 192%, pushed back another like 50%, pushed all the way up again. We'll just say 25% here, so 44%, because we're not going to count that top right there. 40%, if we do want to see it's 62%, but we'll just say 40. And then it pulled literally all the way back down. Now, when something pulls all the way back down this significantly, where it goes all the way up and then comes right back to where that level was, it's just showing sign of weakness to the upside. That means it's not validating. None of this move was validated at any point or held at any point. Now, if we've seen a nice line like this, and it continued to bounce off of this trend line, then we could have seen upward momentum maybe crossing over 25, right? But because this was 3-day continuation, it didn't have that setup that we wanted on that 4th day or 5th or 6th day. Even Monday, it's selling off. This is all due to the overreaction. That's all that is. So is there still a nice chance to make some money later on? Yes, but maybe this pulls back to the 200-day moving average, maybe $8, $9, right? And we get a nice pop again from $8 to $9. So I'm going to set my alert if this pushes below, let's see, if this pushes below 10, no, let's go 11. If this pushes below 11, we may consider it. I have a feeling it might go below to 8. Okay, and it's selling off. This is exactly what we want to happen in order to get a good deal later. Now with trend lines, do you see how it was playing off of this trend line very nicely? It still kind of was, right? Huge push, bounce to trend, huge push, somewhat bounce to trend. Actually, it would have been right here, yeah. This isn't the best example, but trend lines can also be your friends too. As you can see here, if I blow this up a little bit, whoa, okay, too much. There we go. These trend lines can be your friends. Now this trend line can be something you drew, or it can be the 200-day moving average. It could also be the 45-day moving average or 20-day moving average, whichever one you use. But when you find support, it's very clean. And what are we doing? We're buying at these arrows at the bottom, close to support, and we're selling when it gets as far away as possible and then begins to peak. So I thought that was a really great example for anyone who was interested in trend lines. And you can learn all about this: trend lines, indicators, moving averages, how to even set up your WeBull account to look like mine, and get started trading, all in our Learn to Earn lesson library, 100% free. Check it out in the YouTube playlist or in our Discord. First pinned comment in the comment section. Now, also speaking of that, our Discord is a free community where I give live market updates, and you get to watch me trade live every morning, ask me questions, and connect with others just like you who want to learn how to make money in the stock market. Basically what you see here, except I'm doing some buys and some sell orders. We're making a little bit of money. We're having fun. Today showed up late, and so we are just observing, but a lot of big moves coming our way. And I'm excited to see BTCT push back. So it's interesting to see how it did the exact opposite, right? It's very interesting to see. Mara up 2089, so back up to this, area of bullishness, right? All these indicators are pointing up. It's actually kind of starting to push. If we can get a crossover on that MACD to the signal, we can get some more bullish activity as well. All depends on Bitcoin as well. On the 4-hour, hasn't done much, guys. We closed on Bitcoin right here. This was Friday. This is where we closed. We're going to want to be buying close to that 200-day moving average and selling as far away from it as possible, not trying to buy anywhere in the middle and get stuck, right? If we want to see it go down, we don't want to see it go up too much, because again, we are trying to capture moves when they're cheap, not when they're already overbought. When you're buying something that's overbought, you're going to find that the trades are usually going to go against you more, right? Even Bitcoin has a trend line, and right now it's bullish. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. And this is where it closed on Friday. This is where we opened. It opened literally where it closes, and that always happens. So are we going to get some new highs this week? Is it going to push above 93,500? I don't know, but I'm super excited to find out. Now, as far as the overall markets go, QQQ did push up as well very nicely. A little choppy to start the day, but staying above that 200-day moving average. Again, great indication. Look at that huge candle. As soon as people seen that it was bullish above this candle, that's when everyone gets interested and wants to buy in. So why go against other trades when you can just kind of somewhat follow what everyone else is doing, right? So at 497 to 502, it went up 1% or $5, which means TQQQ should have went up 3%. From 74 to 76, it went up 3% or 2.43. Now, we talked about this. This was a key area yesterday, right? Look at this bounce. Again, we can't make this up, guys, and I hope you guys are tuning in. I hope you guys are watching, and I hope you guys find value in this. If you do, definitely smash that like button for me and consider subscribing if you haven't. But history tends to repeat itself. Patterns tend to repeat themselves more times than not. And by identifying previous patterns, we are able to identify potential opportunity to make money. So as TQQQ pushed up, even though the markets are still, there's still a lot of uncertainty in the markets. There's still a lot of stuff going on with like elections and, tariffs, taxes, all this stuff. The market still trades in its own way, guys. You may think this was affected by this and that. It could have been, But there's also key levels. It can only get affected to a point where there's another key level. Now it can begin to sell off, obviously, down to another level. But in this case, they're showing a lot of consolidation. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these lines, just so you guys have a clearer image. A lot of consolidation in between 73 and 75. When it gets out of that range, there's a huge overreaction, and then a huge overreaction back to where it was. Now it's trading between what, guys? 73 and 75. Caught a nice bounce, already up to 76, resulting in a nice over the weekend play of almost 5%. Pushed up just a little bit, and now showing signs of it being bullish for the first time in how long? About a week, right? It's been selling off for about a week. So now that it's hit that key level, could you say that maybe bouncing from 73 to 75 and being above this key level here of what's at 76 could now showcase to people, okay, it's bullish. We're now going to enter. We're going to ride this back up to maybe 83 or 84, 85, right? Same thing here. We're beginning to show signs of progress above the moving averages. Again, making higher highs, higher lows, and beginning to make its own somewhat of a trend line. Can you see that? If it can continue to bounce somewhat off of this trend line, then we could see some nice potential pushes up as it begins to make its way, right? It could kind of just pop like this and just slowly trail up if the market stays bullish. Doesn't mean it has to, but with this cycle, it definitely could. And again, it's just a cycle, right? The market tends to trade horizontally anyways as a whole, especially companies that hold a lot of shares like the NASDAQ. You know, it's weighted a little bit more. JNUG pushed up as well, 10%. We talked about this on the Sunday night Stock Talk. Pushed down from 60 all the way to 38, which was a key support level. 36, 38, key support. Last time it hit key support, what did it do? It had nice bullish activity all the way up to 60. Same thing here. This morning, or even just the last couple of days, specifically this morning, I guess, because of that pop-up. But so from Friday to now, 12% profit. It's up 10% on the day, and it's starting to show signs of it being bullish. My alert went off here because I said if it goes above 42, if gold goes above 42, then I want to get in on it, right? Because not only could I make 10% on this move, right? I missed out on 10%. But look at this. Now I'm seeing clear sign of 3 stages of reversal. You got your first stage, which is rejection. You got your second stage, which is consolidation. And then you got your third stage, which is confirmation. So yes, I may have missed 10 or 15% of that initial move, but look how much more there is. You can make over 60% if you got in at that level. Okay, it's starting to develop its own trend line, and if it can continue up this trend line and remain bullish, then you can make some decent profits. And you're not buying down here when it's going down with no sign of confirmation. You're buying it when obvious signs of reversal are happening. A lot of buying volume is coming in. So now you say, okay, there's confirmation, it's above these levels. Let's maybe take a small position at 43. And if it goes back down to the moving average and it sells off, we get out. If it goes back down to the moving average, it retests and bounces up, then that's fantastic. Then my trade idea was right. Buy some more at 45, buy some more at 47, buy some more at 48, 49, 50. See what happens at 51. Do we get resistance and it goes down? Or do we begin to get a breakout and it pushes up? Maybe sell half your position here, lock in profits, let the other half ride up, if it does. Either way, there's still a potential to make over 40% profit. And yeah, I missed out about 15% right here, but it's all about confirmation. And I'd love to show you another little chart here. 3 stages of confirmation. Sorry, I don't know why it still says. Anyways, okay. We're gonna kind of bring this up a little bit. There we go, there we go, there we go. 3 stages of reversal. Isn't that what that looks like there, guys? Isn't that what that's starting to look like? Got your rejection stage one. Got your consolidation at those green lines. These dotted lines that are grayed out, I'm not sure if you can see them, where it starts to curl and push up, is those the blue lines, teal lines. I guess they're teal, green, whatever you want to say. And then stage 3 is confirmation. Okay, down pattern is where many beginners buy. This is where I used to buy. I'm like, I'm gonna get a good deal. I'm gonna buy now right here, and then it would just keep going down and keep going down. And I'm like, well, what am I doing wrong? I thought I got a really good price. Well, there was no consolidation. You were like right here, and you're like, this is consolidation. This is the area it's gonna bounce, and just going all the way down. You need to wait for that confirmation over here. You need to wait for that second stage. Critical point, no clear direction where a support might form. Okay, we need to wait. There's no clear direction there. And then confirmation of a reversal, higher highs being made, and support was confirmed. Okay, so we want to be like toward the end, like stage 2, stage 3. Okay, same thing with this. If I would have thought this was the support, I would have got burned. If I thought this was support, I would have got burned. This was support, I would have got burned. We want to wait for clear sign of confirmation, consolidation first, clearly consolidation, and now clearly confirmation. And sometimes it can consolidate for hours, it can consolidate for days or even weeks, right? And consolidation, for all of you who don't know, for anyone who's new, because I know that we have new people all the time, consolidation could simply be something like this, where it just consolidates over a specific area for a specific amount of time. Okay, that's a visual example of this one. That's consolidation. Sometimes it could take weeks, like I said, for consolidation to occur. And it could happen in a split second too. Like here's 3 days of consolidation at the top. And it happens for reversals on the top side as well. Eventually, companies will get overbought so much that they can't make new highs, and they will consolidate at the top where these resistance levels are, giving us the opportunity to sell. Oh, we missed it today. We missed it the day after. They're going to give us one more day to sell before it begins to sell off and make newer lows. And I like to use that as an opportunity to be like, hey, cool, they're giving us a chance to sell these, man. First, they give us a chance to buy it and load up at support levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They gave us a week to load up at 36. So why wouldn't we take the opportunity to put some money into something that they're saying, hey, I'm a good price to buy. Maybe you should start getting some at this price point. And then after it pushes up from 36 to 53, over 45% in only 2 weeks, they give us 3 or 4 more days to say, hey, I'm oversold. You guys should sell me. Sell me right here. And that's what I love about these companies. They're not penny stocks, they're not micro cap companies. They are companies that actually have some weight. These are companies that actually have some money involved and a lot of shares. Okay, they have volume, but they also have money. So it's like, I don't want to say safe, but it is somewhat of a safer move than trying to catch a 100% penny stock or a 50% penny stock. Right? Why not just catch this? Nice 40%. 40% profit. Might take a week, might take 10 days, but look, it's giving us opportunities to buy every single day or every single month. You're buying at 36, you're selling at 50. Pull back to the SMA line, you're buying at 43, you're selling at 60. What is it doing here, guys? Not only did it pull back to the SMA to $50 from 60, it sold off even more to 37, which means that's an amazing buy. From 37 up, even to 50 is a great deal. So opportunity cost, that's what we're talking about here. You don't have to invest in JPEG. Remember, I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. That's not what I do here. Now, one more key point, and we will wrap up this stream. It's been almost 30 minutes. One more key point here, guys. Okay, let me wait till this ad finishes. There we go. You can bet against the market very easily. For everyone who's following, we made some money on SQQQ. And I just caught a piece of this. Now, by identifying that the markets were oversold, and let's go ahead and showcase that to you, get rid of this line here, And again, I drew this line. You see this yellow line? I drew this line out when this green line hadn't formed yet. So I'm also starting to be able to identify where the moving average is going to be based on where it's been, right? True line of sight. When you shoot, I don't know if I could say that or not. Can I say that? I don't know. When you throw a ball, that's probably a little bit less aggressive. When you throw a ball in a certain direction, it'll hold that trajectory, right? Due to gravity, it pulls down a little bit, but don't worry about gravity. Say you throw it in space, you throw a ball in space, and it's just gonna go in that same direction, right? Same direction until it hits something or something makes it go off to a different trajectory. Same thing here. Do you see how it's pointing down? Well, we identified this as a resistance level and as this was at a previous high. It's like, okay, markets are overbought. We think this is probably going to pull back, consolidated for a couple days, and then began to sell off. Well, as it began to sell off, I took the opportunity, and some of our LTE members who trade with us every single morning took an opportunity to buy down in this area, 31, 32. So the market pulled back just a small little fraction of a percent, right, compared to the overall history of its growth. But with that said, we were able to take advantage, and buying from even $32 and selling at 35 gave us over an 11% profit in in one day, right? I clicked it right here by accident. In a single overnight swing trade against the market. Now, yes, this is risky. Yes, it resulted in 11% profit for many of our members, up $3.50 per share. So if you bought 100 shares, you'd be up $350. If you put in $1,000, you'd be up $110. Or $10,000, you'd be up $1,000 in a single day. And some of our members do this. Some of our members have tens of thousands, only have a few thousands, and some of them are just starting out with $100. Some of them are just buying one share at a time. So whatever you're starting, this is a great place to be when you start identifying these levels. And by identifying key levels, you can then, let me delete some of this stuff. You can then begin to make better educated guesses, better trade plans, and stick to them a little longer. Some people will get a little scared and maybe they'll sell at that first red candle, which you can. You can lock in profits there. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you start identifying a true trade plan, you can start seeing stuff kind of play out before it even happens. And again, I'm no expert, okay? This is just something I've been learning as I go. So if this pulls back, which means TQQ will obviously push up, and if TQQ pushes up, then we're just going to end up making money on TQQQ. And you can literally go back and forth all day long with these exact same companies. There's no one saying you can't. Look at this choppiness. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Boom, up, down, up. Probably going to test here, come back down, and then have a nice push up. This is my trade plan. And it's a little choppy. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm very excited to see what happens. Very, very excited. There's so much opportunity in the market. And guys, we went over two companies. Two companies. There is so many today that went up. VRAX today went up 10%. It doesn't look like it, but it did. From $1.77 to $2, 15%. $150 very easily. GovX also went up due to Impox. And we called this out. It's on the oversold watch list. On Sunday night, we went through all 20 of these companies. We talked about them being oversold and how if the market is right today, a lot of these could go up 10 or 20%. So here's another one, GovX, 20% today. 20%. That's insane. On $1,000, $200. TQQ up 2% right now currently. AMAT up 1%. BTCT is down 13%. This is our biggest loser on the watch list. Mara says it's down 2%, but there was a significant move today. Look at this move, up over 12% in a single move, now beginning to sell off. Lunar, very nice, still holding that moving average. Maybe starting to sell off now, but it had a nice 9% push up from these levels. Okay, XPEV pushed up nicely from Friday's close to Monday's high of 5%. Not too bad. Tesla, huge pop from Sunday night stock talk. Pre-market, 10%. Now beginning to kind of, again, look at this. Consolidation. Gold. We talked about this too, guys. Sunday night stock talk, we talked about it being oversold. There's our support levels at 16, pushing up to that at 200-day moving average, 4%. Now beginning to kind of use it as a resistance. It's been in a downward trend for a very long time. So in order to trade gold, in my opinion, for myself, we're going to have to see this break above that 200-day moving average and hold above that 200-day moving average. If it can do that, if it, I can think it's going to be consolidating for a little while, but if it can do that, it can get a nice breakout above, okay? Like this could be like this, right? My trade plan doesn't go according to what I think, but I know at some point it's going to happen. This is going to push up back to those previous highs because that's where gold was. Gold is still a standard. So again, a good opportunity to buy at 16, potentially sell at 21 if that's you see something that you find value in. In my opinion, I think it's going to continue to consolidate for a little while. Might hit this 200-day moving average, might come all the way down. Like this is what I do too. So I can track it in a way to where you see how it's like going like downward. This is literally all I'm doing, guys. Okay, and then I'll take it and I'll go right to this point. So that way when we talk to you, the next time, like say tomorrow, if you tune in, that little point, the green line should start moving where this little yellow line is until it begins to what? Sell off. Let me see if that looks right still. Yeah, so I have a feeling it's probably gonna go to like 17, about 17-ish. And then if this doesn't break above it by the time this gets really choppy, like at 17, then eventually it'll just, right? So I'm excited. A lot of opportunity in the markets. Apple pushing up now, bullish for the first time. It was very bullish on Thursday, pushed up to 228, came back down, retested that 200-day moving average, and remained bullish because it held as a support level. If it would have been like, you know, say this one, where it popped up, it went to retest and then sold off, that's considered bearish. But because it came up, tested, held support, and then pushed up again, it's now bullish. Doesn't mean it has to. Looks like there's finding a lot of resistance at this level, guys, which that's fine. There can be resistance here. I don't have to get all the way up to 237 resistance, or Apple doesn't have to. There's plenty of resistance right here at the moment at 228. So this can hold above 228.75, then this also too will act as a support. Again, creating a higher high, and that is creating its own kind of trend line in an upward direction, just like that. You guys see that? Support levels, trend lines, and key areas like obviously support and resistance. And previous patterns. Where was this pattern before? Just taking the time to do this. We didn't trade today, but guess what? We still showed up. We're still looking at the charts because we are. It's kind of like it's like a heartbeat. It's like a pulse, right? You got to show up every day to keep aware of what the heartbeat of the market's doing. What is the market doing today? It sounds crazy, but you miss a day and then everything goes out of the window. You know, you're not focused, you're not dialed in. MU, another great buy opportunity here. A little choppy. There's going to be some consolidation here at 95, 98. But I feel like the second it crosses over 100 and then 105, it's going to explode back to 114, 115. Right? So opportunities. Doesn't mean we have to buy it today. It just means that we're watching it. Intel, look at this upward momentum. First time in a while, traded horizontally for so long, spiked up, sold off aggressively from $36 to $18. A lot of consolidation between $18 and $20, and then a huge push to 24. Now it's above that 200-day moving average. This green line is an amazing indicator, and if you're not using the 200-day moving average on any of your technical indicators, then I highly suggest you use it. This combined with a lot of other things will help you, but just overall knowing, look, it's below this moving average. Would you invest in it? No, right? Because when it's below the moving average, it sells off. Comes back up to retest. Look what it did right here. It retested it. Boom. Hard wall. Sold off again. So why would we invest when it's below the moving average? We don't. Haha. That's the point. We only invest when it's above the moving average. Again, clear sign. Crossed up above. People found interest. Came all the way up to $24. Sold off. But then look at this. Support. It's been holding support this whole time, except for maybe like this one little instance here. But since it's been holding, pushed up, held support. It's going to hold support again as this begins to push up higher, creating again what? A trend line. That's like the theme of today's live stream is trend lines, guys. Very effective. And this will be the last little slide I show you. I'm kind of mixing in some live trading with some educational videos. Hope you guys don't mind. If you guys find it interesting, smash that like button for me, okay? Come on, don't be like that. Can you guys see that okay? I hope you can. Okay. This is exactly what we're talking about, and I feel like this is a clear indication of what I'm trying to say. A better visual for you guys. I'll wait for the ad to skip. Jeez Louise. Dang ads. Dang ads. I'm sorry, guys. Gotta do it. I gotta get more likes. You guys like the videos more, and I don't have to do so many ads. Just saying. Anyways, okay. Moving averages define support and resistance. So when it's above the moving average, it's acting as support, staying bullish. And then when it breaks that resistance, and it's below the moving average, or I'm sorry, breaks the support, the green line, then it becomes a resistance and starts acting as a resistance. What do you think is going to happen here at the end of this? I'd love to know. For all my people out there, comment, please, if you understand this. Just put a thumbs up or something. Okay? The beginning of this chart, what would you think what was happening at first? I think that it was selling off, right? It was selling off. It was below that 200-day moving average. Boom, it crossed over and it became bullish. Okay? Became bullish. Then it got too bullish and it acted, and that support didn't hold anymore, and then it became bearish. Started selling off again. Now, what do you think it's going to do now that it's above this green line and holding support? Do you see that? Pushed up and held support. This is the theme of today. It held support. So would you say that it is bullish? It's bullish. So by identifying just this small piece of an information from this chart of whatever this could be Apple, this could be Tesla, this could be Amazon, this could be Bitcoin, this could be futures, whatever. But by understanding this chart, we can be aware of where it's been and where it can technically go. Doesn't mean it has to, but it gives us a clear direction, a clear understanding of where that direction can possibly be taken. PYXS, again, selling off, getting to that 200-day moving average. That green line is sticking, again, to our plan. If I erase this, there it is. There's a green line. So I'm going to bring it back a little bit because it's going right along with our trade plan. Started way out here, pushing up. And again, this isn't rocket science. This pushes down to 370-ish, 4. It could be a great opportunity to push back up. If it doesn't hold that 200-day moving average like it has been holding and it sells off to 3, well, then my trade plan didn't work. I wait till 3, maybe 280 where that support level is, and then wait for a nice push up again. And I'm showing you so many different examples, and there's only 20 of these. there's hundreds, if not thousands, of companies that you can trade every single day. And what I do here is try to eliminate all the manipulation and all that noise so that way we can get down to the basics and the fundamentals of trading. That way you can understand it better and not get lost in all that other bull crap. There's a lot of stuff you could buy. There's a lot of paid courses that don't really tell you anything, right? There's a lot of copy trading that you can try to do that gets you nowhere. And I believe over years of doing this now and over years of watching those people that I'm talking about, I've developed my own strategy that works for me. It's safe for me. I feel like I can handle my risk more. And it's funny because if you're new here, you haven't even watched me trade yet. So I'm excited to show that to you all in our morning live day trading sessions, Monday through Friday. Today there was a little bit of a hiccup, but it's always at market open. And I'd love to be a catalyst to your journey, to your trading success. If you have any questions or just want to reach out to me, do it via Discord. I am there the most. That's where I answer most of my questions and talk to most of my community members. But you could also hit me up on our Instagram or Facebook account. So I appreciate your guys' time. Like always, I hope that you are finding success in whatever you do and that you are learning and growing every day. And with that said, let's end the week on a green note. So let's make sure that we lock in those profits, and we will see you all in the next video. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.